Alrighty, what is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Betting in the Booth podcast. Just getting everything set up and we'll be ready to go. Hope everyone's day's going well, week's going well, weekend going well. Got a lot to talk about. This is WWE hat, and I'll get to that in a moment. Okay. Okay. That's set there. I didn't have to do that. There we go. Just give me a moment. Alrighty. Let me share screen just so that's set up. Alrighty, what is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Betting in the Booth podcast. Thank you all so much for the support to this point. I very much do appreciate it. Let's kick right into it. Episode 194. Oh, I realize the title's actually incorrect. Oops. Fix. So this hat, I got this I was at 2 WWE events last 2 days. I'll get to that after Immaculate Grid Daily Walk-Off. But we will dive into that. Let's dive into this. Today's Immaculate Grid. So it's Braves, Tigers, 30-plus homer season, White Sox at Nationals, and Gold Glove winners. So, White Sox, Braves, I'm going to go Adam LaRoche. 2%. Nice. White Sox, Tigers. White Sox, Tigers. I'll go with Tommy Canley. 0.8%. Good pull. Nationals, Braves. Andres Galarraga. 9%. Okay, wow. Nationals, Tigers. It also does include Expos. Cologne, no. Well, there's Jordan Zimmerman, but that's gonna be way too obvious. Sheffield, no. 2%, I will take that. 30-plus homer season with the White Sox. Any chance Ray Durham would have done it? No. Valentin? Yes, 0.4%. I will take that. 30-plus homer season, Andre Dawson? 14%. Was not expecting it to be that high. 30-plus homer season and a Gold Glove. Would Rizzo have done it? Yes, 1%. Braves, Gold Glove. I mean, the most obvious answer is going to be Andrew Jones. Dale? Yes. 6%. Okay. Tigers. I know Lou Whitaker. I think Lou Whitaker won a bunch. I imagine Trammell won. Miggy for sure not. There's not a chance Miggy would want a Gold Glove. The Dreams. Tiger Gold Glove. Well, I know Dylan Dingler won this year, but that's gonna be like, I imagine that's gonna be pretty high up there. Avila, I doubt it. Inge, not a chance. No, I doubt Pudge. I mean, I'll throw in a guess, but oh wow, Pudge won a Gold Glove with the Tigers? Huh? I did not know that. Or let's do this. Ivan Rodriguez. I was expecting that to be a no. (2006) and 2007. Huh. And 2004. Huh. I was not actually expecting them to have won a Gold Glove with the Tigers. Even won a Silver Slugger with the Tigers. Huh. How about that? Well, my total rarity score is 136. Top answers for today. White Sox Braves at 27% is Chris Sale. White Sox Tigers 35% is Maglio Ordonez. White Sox 30+ home season batting at 34% is Frank Thomas. Nationals Braves at 16% is Marquise Grissom. Nationals Tigers 43% is Max Scherzer. Nationals 30+ home season batting at 30% is Bryce Harper. Braves Gold Glove at 24% is Greg Maddux. And Tigers Gold Glove at 27% is Alan Trammell. And 30+ home season with a Gold Glove at 11% is Ken Griffey Jr. So let's switch over to daily walk-off. Categories are going to be the same, just with different teams. So the categories: franchise top 10 doubles through 2024, 2000s decade top 5 in singles, 35+ save season with Cleveland through 2024, and debuted with the Cleveland Guardians. Player options: Michael Jackson, Omar Vizquel, Johnny Peralta, Lou Boudreau, Manuel Clase, Sam Hentges, Casey Blake, Jose Ramirez, Zach McAllister, Earl Averill, Jason Kipnis, and Doug Jones. Now, I know Clase for sure. I don't know if all these three, but I know they're at least relievers. Okay, only Clase. So some of these, the names I don't know of, I'm going to assume we're going to fill in the 30+ saves then. And the presumption was correct. Okay, so now that's sorted out. And sort that out because McAllister's a pitcher. And now fully correct. So end up with a walk-off triple. Full correct answers for Cleveland: franchise top 10 in doubles through 2024, Jose Ramirez, Lou Boudreau, Earl Averill. 2000 decade top 5 in singles, Casey Blake, Johnny Peralta, Omar Vizquel. 35+ save season for Cleveland through 2024, Doug Jones, Manuel Clase, and Michael Jackson. And debut with the Guardians, Sam Hentges, Jameson Kipnis, and Zach McAllister. And then for the Marlins, same categories, different players: Derek Lee, Jose Fernandez, Miguel Cabrera, Juan Carlos Oviedo, Dan Uggla, Derek Dietrich, Luis Castillo, Alex Gonzalez, Hanley Ramirez, Brian Harvey, Steve Cishek, and Josh Johnson. Cishek, Johnson, I'm going to say Oviedo. It's either Oviedo or Hardy, or it's Oviedo and Cishek and not Johnson. Really? Huh. I will admit, I did not expect it to play out that way. Well, now fully correct. So walk-off homer, but I had made 2 outs. Full correct answers. Franchise top 10 in doubles through 2024. Danny Lee, Derek Lee, Dan Ogla, Alex Gonzalez. 2000 decades top 5 in singles. Luis Castillo, Miguel Cabrera, Hanley Ramirez. 35-plus save season with the Marlins through 2024. Steve Cishek, Ryan Harvey, Juan Carlos Arviedo. And then debut with the Marlins, Jose Fernandez, Derek Dietrich, and John Johnson. All right, so before we dive into the main stuff, I was at John Cena's final Monday Night Raw appearance on Monday, and then yesterday I was at NXT Gold Rush. I got this hat on the Monday night after the Monday Night Raw show for $30. Cool fun part with NXT Gold Rush is they gave out these rally towels, which was kind of fun and cool. I'm not good at waving these kind of things, but they actually gave out 2, so I have 2 of the same rally towels. They gave 2 per seat, which is interesting, but nice, cool rally towel they gave out. But honestly, and that was actually like my first time ever in the theater there in MSG. Honestly, it's a pretty cool venue, all things considered. Definitely a good amount of excessive walking, but honestly, pretty cool venue. This was view from my seat for the event. Also, addition, and I didn't know this until like I was on my way to the arena. So, for context, NXT is like what I would consider the minor league baseball version of WWE, and sometimes with their regular episodes on Tuesdays, they tend to record double episode, more than one episode a week. So they might film for what might come a week or 2 later. And this specific event, Gold Rush, was for 2 weeks. It was yesterday and then the next Tuesday. And I went in going, okay, then they're going to come back the next week. There'll be tickets for next week, but I wouldn't be able to because I have stuff to deal with around then. And then, okay, so be it. And then as I'm on my way home out there, I was looking on Wikipedia, and I'll even show show this. I imagine it'll still say. One other pick I will show. This is like one of the advertisement boards with like a whole bunch of the roster as you were going into the venue. Let's see if they still, I think, yeah. So week 1, which was the week I was at, aired live November 18th. And so when I was looking on Wikipedia, I see week 2 taped November 18th, airing on tape delay November 25th. So I'm like, am I about to get 8 matches for this show? And so I'm going in thinking like, or is this going to be double taping? Not only was it double taping, not only were there stuff out of order because they filmed some stuff for week 2 before the week 1 show part started, and then they did some stuff after, but also segments that revolved around every single aspect of it. But there even was a match that wasn't originally scheduled that ended up happening to set up a future pay-per-view for NXT. So I got 9 whole matches last night, which was crazy unexpected, but like a fun unexpected. But it was a phenomenal show. Might as well start with Gold Rush since I'm on the topic. I actually saw 3 title changes, though technically one was claiming a new champion with the title being vacated, whereas the other 2 actually were taken from the champion to someone new. But then again, one of those is technically going back to the person who had just lost that title like a few weeks earlier, reclaiming the title. But that also came with the betrayal of their own faction. But that was a fun show. I definitely think Monday Night Raw was more fun, but I'm very happy I got to go to both. Both were very fun experiences. It was interesting to be getting to see 9 matches in one night. I had no problem with it. That was like fun, but it was like unexpected perk and bonus of it. But yeah, had a fun time. That was fun, phenomenal time, and I did not regret it. That was great time with NXT Gold Rush. And so then the night before, I was in MSG, not the theater, for Monday Night Raw, John Cena's final Monday Night Raw appearance. Now, if I knew for sure that I can play this video with audio without getting copyright claimed, I would. But I think I would probably get copyright claimed because of all the people that would for sure theme songs that would get you copyright claimed, John C is for sure one of them. I mean, like, I could play it and risk it, but I'm not going to. But I will tell you, even if I did play the audio wouldn't do it justice. I just want to show you the look of the crowd from when Cena came out. It does not do justice even if I played the audio. Like, my ears were ringing that whole time. That's how, like, crazy loud it was. NXT Gold Rush was sold out, by the way. There were a few empty seats for Monday Night Raw, but this was John Cena coming out on Monday night. Just crazy. Speed up like a bit, but just crazy whole loud pop, and it was nuts. The tournament matches were insane. They're having a tournament for context for John Cena's final match. One of the matches had a return of someone who had been in TNA for a while, but returned to the WWE main roster for the first time since around COVID time. And he got a crazy crowd reaction when he came out. And he was a mystery, so no one knew that it was going to be him. And when he came out, especially because he's under a whole new, different name on TNA. In TNA, he's under Nick Nemeth. And in WWE, he's Dolph Ziggler. Actually, I do have the video of the crowd reaction. Let me pull this up. But it was crazy. I wasn't around for Dolph Ziggler's era. But even for me, this was like crazy moment. I'm not going to play this audio because, again, I guess given it's like he doesn't go under this name in TNA, I might be able to get away with it, but I don't want to risk it. But this was him coming out. They did like dramatic pause before revealing. Oh, hold on. Don't worry, didn't miss anything. And then, boom. Was crazy. He didn't end up winning, but it was nice to like get to see him in WWE, back in WWE action. And then in the second match was like someone coming back from injury versus someone who's up and coming, who literally ended up also having a match the very next day on NXT Gold Rush in literally a different part of NXT, which honestly he got battered in that match on Monday Night Raw. And yes, I know that technically they don't necessarily always hit fully and it doesn't always hurt as much as it seems, but that dude got battered on Monday Night Raw. And the fact that he went from that match, not even 24-hour break, right into the tag match is nuts. Now, before I was saying I honestly would have just moved the match to the following week, thinking they were airing the following week on its own the following week, not the same night. Now, in hindsight, that's kind of stupid to be saying because it just all ended up being filmed last night. It would have made a difference. He still would have only had not even 24-hour rest period. But the fact that WWE did that, and even last night he put up pretty good performance, but he lost both matches, oddly enough. But the returning superstar from the main roster won that match, and so John Cena's tournament is almost done through the first round. But the final match isn't going to be until Saturday night main event in December from Washington, D.C., and that's going to be John Cena's final match. Though it's Monday night did set up his next match, which will be in Petco Park in San Diego last Saturday of November, literally a day before my birthday. Which, by the way, I'm going to Browns 49ers on my birthday this year. But yeah, that Monday Night Raw, that was a crazy show. Even got to see a championship title change and some other big returns and potential other big setups. But I had a phenomenal time. It was absolutely worth it. I've now been to 3 WWE shows. All of that, I had a great time in all of them. Apparently, I got used to the pyrotechnics because for the MSG one, they were not as loud and crazy as Barclays. So either it's stadium seating or I got used to it after one show. There weren't any for NXT. Then again, I don't know if there's anyone on the NXT roster at the moment that even uses pyrotechnics for their walkouts. I mean, for the main roster, there is pyrotechnics for when there's a new champion, but there weren't any for the new champions for NXT Gold Rush. But I don't know if any of it, I don't think any, no. To my knowledge, there isn't any that do for NXT. And it could be that's intentional, but I don't know. But either way, yep, that's the story. All right, so we'll start with MLB awards. As we do have Cy Young and MVP voting results. And well, Cy Young absolutely went to the people that were expected to win Cy Young. However, MVP, not so much. And I'm going to reveal voting for both. Let's do this for MVP voting. If I go here, no. Let's do that. Yeah, I can do that. Okay. All right. So Cy Young voting was on Wednesday. AL Cy Young, as expected, did go to Tariq Skubal. The voting results: Tariq Skubal finished in first, 26 first place votes, 4 second place votes, 198 total points, followed by Garrett Crochet, 132 total points, Hunter Brown with 80, Max Fried with 61, Brian Wu with 26, Carlos Rodon with 5, Aroldis Chapman with 4, Jacob deGrom with 2, and Trevor Rogers and Drew Rasmussen with 1 each. And Paul Skeens did win the NL Cy Young Award a year after winning NL Rookie of the Year. The rest of the voting results: Christopher Sanchez in second with 120 total points. Paul Skeens won with all first place votes on 210 total points, followed by Yoshinobu Yamamoto in third, 72 total points. Logan Webb, 47 in fourth. Freddie Peralta with 44 total points. Nick Pivetta with 7 total points. Jesus Luzardo with 5. Andrew Abbott with 4. And then Zach Wheeler with 1. MVP votes. NL MVP did, of course, go where everyone was expecting NL MVP to go to. I don't know what's what. Okay, yeah. So NL MVP did go to Shohei Ohtani, and it was unanimous, finishing with 420 total points. Second place was Kyle Schwarber with 260 total points. Juan Soto in third with 231. Geraldo Perdomo 196. Trey Turner 102. Paul Skeens 83. Corbin Carroll also 83. 78 for Fernando Tatis Jr. 63 for PCA. 61 for Francisco Lindor. 48 for Pete Alonso. 34 for Christian Yelich. 29 for Freddie Freeman. 23 for Bryce Terang. 16 for Christopher Sanchez. 11 for Michael Busch. 11 for Manny Machado. 7 for Matt Olson. 5 for Nico Horner. 3 for Seiya Suzuki. 3 also for Will Smith. 2 for Ketel Marte. And 1 for Ellie De La Cruz. And then AL MVP, in my opinion, I don't think it went to the right person. It was a pretty close vote. 17-13, Aaron Judge beat out Cal Raleigh. I think it should have gone to Cal Raleigh. I don't think it was like a grave mistake. Like, Judge did have a great season, but I would have given it to Cal Raleigh. Judge finished 355 total points. Raleigh in second with 335. Jose Ramirez, 224. Bobby Witt, 215. Creek Scuba, 139. Hook J-Rod, 136. George Springer, 125. Garrett Crochet, 74. Junior Caminero, 37. Jeremy Pena, 32. Byron Buxton, 30. Nicholas Kurtz, 29. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with 14. Cody Bellinger and Michael Garcia with 7. Boguchet with 5. Riley Green with 3. And then World Shot, Manny Diaz, and Jacob Wilson, all with 1 total vote. Those are the full vote results for 2025 MLB awards. The next big main hawk we'll have with baseball will be the Baseball Hall of Fame, which comes out. The secondary ballot will be December 20th, and then the main ballot will be early December, and then the main ballot will be January 20th, and we will cover the results of those when that comes around. But yeah, that's the story from the for baseball awards. Hold on one moment. My NFL Twitter is my Twitter is bugging on me right now. Okay. There we go. Okay. College football weekly recap. Just one note. Texas A&M was down 33 this week, and they came all the way back to win. Before that, teams were 0-286 when trailing by 27 plus points in a game. Texas A&M became the first to come back from that much against what's her face? South Carolina. CFP rankings, and then we'll dive into the key games to look out for this weekend. Which the CFP rankings came out last night. I did not watch the ranking show, part because, to be honest, they it was also mixed in with the matches, which I think actually the matches that were revolving around the rankings this week were actually in the main part of MSG, like right around the corner from where I was last night, oddly enough. But either way, let's dive in the CFP rankings. 25, so dropped out from the rankings. Louisville is out. They were 20. Iowa dropped out 21. Pitt dropped out 22. South Florida dropped out 24. And Cincinnati dropped out 25. So this week's rankings. Number 25, newly ranked Arizona State coming off their win against West Virginia. Number 24, newly ranked Tulane after their win against FAU. Number 23, newly ranked Houston. They did not play this week. Number 22, Missouri, coming off their win against Mississippi State, and they play Oklahoma this week. Number 21, newly ranked Illinois, coming off their win against Maryland, making Ohio State's win over Illinois stronger. Number 20, moving up from 23, is Tennessee after their win against New Mexico State. Number 19, Virginia, staying at 19 after their win against Duke. Number 18, still from 18 from last week, is Michigan after their win against Northwestern. Number 17, falling down from 10, is Texas after their loss to Georgia. Number 16, still, is Georgia Tech after their win against Boston College. Number 15, moving up from 17 after their run against Iowa, is USC. Number 14, still ranked 14, is Vanderbilt, coming off a bye. Number 13, moving up from 15, is Miami after their win against NC State. Number 12, moving up from 13, is Utah after their win against Baylor. Number 11, moving up from 12, is BYU after their win over TCU. Number 10 is Alabama, falling down from 4 after their loss to Oklahoma. Number 9 still is Notre Dame after their win against Pitt. Number 8, moving up from 11, is Oklahoma after their upset win over Alabama. Upset games this week. Louisville lost Clemson 20-19. Bama lost to Oklahoma 23-21. USF beat Navy beat USF 41-38. And then Arizona beat Cincinnati 30-24. Forgot about that. Oklahoma moving up from 11 to 8 after their win over Alabama. Oregon moving up from 8 to 7 after their win against Minnesota. Ole Miss moving up from 7 to 6 after their win against Florida. Number 5, moving up from 6 is Texas Tech after their win against UCF. Number 4, Georgia moving up after their win against Texas. And then 3, 2, 1 all stay the same. Texas A&M after their win against South Carolina. Indiana after their win against Wisconsin. Ohio State after their win against UCLA. Getting down to the last few weeks of college football this year. And the key ranked versus ranked matchup games to look out for this week. 22 Missouri visiting number 8 Oklahoma, 12 p.m. on ABC. And then number 15 USC visiting number 7 Oregon, 3:30 on CBS. And my browser is bugging. Let's reset sharing. Let's also reset this page. Okay, there we go. Here we go. NFL Weekly, got a few notes to go over. From the Cardinals game this week, Jacoby Brissett had 47 completions, which is an NFL record, passing Jared Goff and Drew Bledsoe's 45 for most in the game. Forget if Cardinals, let's see, did the Cardinals win or not? I think the Cardinals lost, if I'm not mistaken. They did lose 41-22. Right. And then other notes from this week. The Eagles beat the Lions Sunday Night Football 16-9. The Eagles were the first team in NFL history to face a starting QB, Jared Goff, who had completed at least 70% of his passes that season, coming in minimum of 100 attempts, and hold him to under 40.0% for the game. In the Patriots Thursday Night Football win over the Jets 27-14. In 11 starts this season, Drake May has 2,500 plus passing yards, 250 plus rushing yards, 20 plus touchdown passes, 70.0 plus completion percentage, and an 800 plus win percentage. No other QB in NFL history has put up those numbers over any span of 11 starts in a single regular season. And then from the Bills, 44-32 win over the Buccaneers this week. Josh Allen today, and is also the Josh Allen in the game, had 3 passing touchdowns of 25 plus yards. 3 rushing touchdowns in a game, and which he is one of 183 players to have 3+ touchdowns of 25+ yards, and one of 357 players to have 3 rush touchdowns in the same game. But he is the only player in NFL history to do both in the same game, all done by Josh Allen in the Bills win over the Buccaneers. Yeah, and so that's it for this week. For the recap, predictions record, I went 10-5. Overall predictions record this year, I'm 106-56-1, factoring the Cowboys tied to the Packers. Standings update in the AFC East: the Patriots are in first place at 9-2, followed by the 7-3 Bills, followed by the 4-7 Dolphins, followed by the 2-8 Jets. In the AFC North, the Steelers are in first place at 6-4, followed by the 5-5 Ravens, followed by the 3-7 Bengals, followed by the 2-8 Browns. In the AFC South, the Colts in first place at 8-2, followed by the 6-4 Jaguars, followed by the 5-5 Texans, followed by the 1-9 Titans. In the AFC West, the Broncos in first place at 9-2, followed by the 7-4 Chiefs, followed by Chargers, followed by the 5-5 Chiefs, followed by the 2-8 Raiders. And in the NFC East, the Eagles in first place at 8-2, followed by the 4-5-1 Cowboys, followed by the 3-8 Commanders, followed by the 2-9 Giants. In the NFC North, the Bears in first place at 7-3, followed by the 6-3-1 Packers, followed by the 6-4 Lions, followed by the 4-6 Vikings. In the NFC South, the Buccaneers in first place at 6-4, followed by the 6-5 Panthers, followed by the 3-7 Falcons, followed by the 2-8 Saints. And in the NFC West, the Rams in first place at 8-2, followed by the 7-3 Seahawks, followed by the 7-4 49ers, and 3-7 Cardinals. Then as for this week's predictions, Thursday night football, Bills at Texans. I have the Bills. Sunday, Steelers at Bears, 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Bears. Patriots at Bengals, 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Patriots. Giants at Lions, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have the Lions. Vikings at Packers, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have the Packers. Seahawks at Titans, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have the Seahawks. Colts at Chiefs, 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Colts. Jets at Ravens, 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Ravens. Browns at Raiders, 4:05 on CBS. I have the Browns. Jaguars at Cardinals, 4:05 on CBS. I have the Jaguars. Eagles at Cowboys, 4:25 on Fox. I have the Eagles. Falcons at Saints, 4:25 on Fox. I have the Falcons. Buccaneers at Rams, Sunday Night Football. I have the Rams. And Monday Night Football, Panthers at the 49ers. I have the 49ers. That's it for this week's episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you're new on YouTube, leave a like and subscribe button. Leave notifications to notify when I post live and go live and post a new video. If you're new in audio, follow the podcast. Leave a review and hit the notification bell to notify when I post on there. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I'll see you next week's episode 195. Bye-bye.